Namaskar and prayer for good health and well-being of each and everyone. This is N.C.Talukdar, who had the opportunity of working for about 15 years in Assam Agricultural University and about 8 years in the Institute of Bioresources and Sustainable Development in Imphal and the Institute of Advanced Study in Science and Technology in Guwahati. These are two national institutes in the northeastern region. At the outset, I want to thank Northeast Science Movement for having given me this opportunity to share my experience of working in the area of organic farming, biofertilizer, research on bioresources, biotechnology, and management. Over the last 30 years, the experience I gained, I'll share during next 15-20 minutes. I was asked by the Northeast Science Movement to speak in the context of unemployed youth of Northeast India. Specifically, the target group should be those Northeast India youths who have been forced to come back to their home places due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In the first place, these people went or left Northeast India in search of job because this part of the country inherently has less opportunity for work in industries, low capital for doing business or capital support for doing business or trade. Although the region is very rich in fertile land, lot of natural rainfall, abundant water resource for doing good agriculture. We also have a huge number of crop plant species of high value for cultivation, but yet these unemployed youth went because there is also not much opportunities in the government because government jobs are saturated. Further, the society as a whole doesn't hold actually government like your small business, trade or agriculture in high esteem, and that is why this unemployed youth went to other parts of the country, engaged themselves in a low earning job, maybe in a shopping mall as a security guard, in workshops, in small factories. But given the current situation of economic crisis, that many of these establishments that they will be able to survive post COVID-19 is doubtful. So these youth of the region has to search for livelihood and business opportunity, entrepreneurial opportunities in the region itself using the rich resources of the region. Organic farming is very remunerative and has a lot of opportunity in the northeastern region. It is said that inherently northeastern region is organic. I can give you one example that in the world that crop cultivation or agriculture use huge amount of pesticides, fertilizers for the growing crop. To give you statistics that the world average of fertilizer use is about 190 kilogram, whereas in India average is 130 kilogram and Northeast average is only 45 kilogram of fertilizer per hectare of land. And similarly, the pesticide use, all the world average is 500 gram and Indian average is about 100 gram. Northeast using less than 50 gram of pesticide per hectare. So as you know that the chemical agriculture has effect on the environment, on food quality, and in recent time there have been great opportunity growing crop, specifically high value crop, through organic process. And in Northeast India, we grow scented Johar rice. Manipur grows scented black rice. We grow huge amount of pineapples, banana, ginger, turmeric. There is opportunity of cultivating this crop by organic methods. And as you all know that the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic in recent time has brought opportunity of forming clusters, producing food, delivering in the doorsteps of people. The other aspect of organic farming, which is the production of inputs. It is not that organic agriculture can be done without supplying nutrients. In organic agriculture, we use organic inputs like biofertilizer, biopesticides, then your organic manure, vermicompost. A small biofertilizer production unit can be started with a capital of 5-6 lakhs rupees. So if the demand for organic crop increases, if more and more people take up organic farming, then demand for inputs should also go up, and then there is opportunity of establishing factories for biofertilizer or biopesticide production. The northeastern regions grow a lot of high value crops like king chili, pineapple, turmeric, lakadam variety, it's very high percentage of curcumin. And to give you an example, the king chili, it has also medicinal property, and it's exported from this region to about 22 countries. About 20 metric ton of king chili is transported right from Assam to about 22 countries, and a single plant of king chili or bhut jolokia, commonly known as in the region, can give you 2 to 3 kilogram of fruits, and each kilogram of fresh fruit costs 300 to 400 rupees. So there is a business opportunity because there is a big demand in the world for this food. We have a huge amount of bioresources. Many of you may not be aware that the bamboo resource of the region is very rich. We have very diverse type of bamboo, and bamboo used for handicraft or structural or building purpose. Rather than that, there are other uses like bamboo shoots is a very important food. Millions of bamboo shoots are produced in India, China, and it is exported to Western countries like USA, Australia, even to Japan. There is a big demand. And the bamboo is also fermented in the northeastern region. There are many small units which produce fermented bamboo shoots, and out of this there are 15 varieties of bamboo shoots, bamboo species whose shoots are edible, and there can be good business opportunities of producing fermented bamboo shoots, packaging and preparing for export. Northeastern hilly states, particularly the tribes who inhabit in the hill states of the northeastern region, they use edible insect as a source of protein. Per 100 gram of edible insects contain 12 to 15 gram protein, which is equivalent to protein content of beef, pork, or 100 gram beef, pork, or 100 gram of egg. And this edible insects business is huge. In the Asia-Pacific region, in 2018, as per one estimate, there are 1,300 crores rupees business, and this business is likely to grow by 2023 to 2,000, about not 2,000, but 3,000 crores rupees. And this processing, production, packaging of edible insects can be a good business venture. Mushroom cultivation is very common in the entire world. It is a vegetable source of protein, and in the Asia Pacific region, mushroom is produced in the volume of 12 million metric ton. India produces about only 0.13 million metric ton. It's very less compared to the Asia Pacific region. And in Assam, we produce only about 125 metric ton of mushrooms. Nagaland is quite good in mushroom production. It produces about 350 metric ton of mushroom. In India, Punjab produced the highest quantity of mushroom per year, about 8,000 metric ton. And mushroom has always a high demand in the market. So mushroom production can be a good business venture. Northeastern region is also rich in mulberry silk, particularly eri and muga. About 65% of the Indian eri silk is produced in Assam alone. And about 95% of the muga production of the country is confined to Assam. And we produce about 3,000 metric tons of eri every year. And eri silk or eri trade has very high demand, and one can grow one crop of eri in a month. And not only that, each cocoon of eri contain the pupa, which also cost about 50 paisa. So by cultivating 3-4 kilogram of eri in a month, one can earn 4,000-5,000 rupees. Each kilogram of eri cocoon costs about 900 rupees in the market price today. Medicinal and aromatic plant has huge diversity in the northeastern region. We have about 300 to 400 species, and out of those, 15 species are significantly traded or mostly traded. And these significantly traded species are Gujjolakia, Lakadang turmeric variety, Bon Dalchini, Chirota, and there are only 4 national medicinal plant board approved manufacturing unit of medicinal plant in the medicinal plant processing or product development in the region. All this medicinal plant raw material goes to outside Northeast, to Delhi, Calcutta, Bombay, Chennai, and Bangalore. There is only one buyer of medicinal plant, Miramac. The very important consideration in medicinal plant business, one need to ensure the quality of the plant material. In the northeastern region, earlier there was no quality certificate providing agency, but in recent time, Institute of Advanced Study in Science and Technology has got a project from Department of Biotechnology and have established a quality control and quality assurance laboratory. All those unemployed youth who wants to take up medicinal plant production, their quality can be tested in IASST laboratory. Quality always fetch better price. So this way, as we see, there can be several business opportunities in organic agriculture and different kind of bioresource available in the region. What we need is the strong spirit and confidence and perseverance to carry out one's own business, to earn livelihood or create business opportunity oneself. Of course, there has to be financial support from the financial institutions, government sides. There are several institutes in the region which can provide training for skill development. And if an ecosystem is built for these stakeholders for utilization of the bioresource through business different entrepreneurship or for livelihood, I think northeastern region economy can also gain. Before I end, I just wanted to share thoughts for a few seconds, that the society as a whole has a great role in holding all profession in high esteem to really motivate unemployed educated youth to take up business. I would like to refer to the Bunyad or basic education of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, who said that the knowledge we gain has to have connection with work. And unless we build this in our education system, perhaps the social dimension of respecting all profession equally and attracting people are not only seeking government job, but rather doing their own business. If we look at the Rajasthan, Gujarat, in those places, if you look at a small kid in a family, from childhood he sees his father engaged in a business, in a trade, and I get associated and he learned the tricks. Imagine a situation in Assam, in a rural place, in a family, a child growing up in a particular home, having a homestead for production with some plant of banana, areca nut, growing some coconut tree, fathers grow some vegetables, he sell them in the market, but hardly ever the kid from childhood is initiated that how much money he earns by selling the product. Or even in education system, though we teach about agriculture, but this whole issue of associating our kids practically, I can give you one more example. Somebody has a plant of lemon which produce maybe 50 fruits in a year. And if a kid is seeing that his father or her father use some organic manures, and next year they get 100 fruits and fats double the amount of money they earned previous year, this kind of association in practical scale can really imbibe a lot of interesting thoughts or can prepare ones for their future. So I hope this kind of environment prevails in the region and we march ahead with development. Thank you very much.